For centuries, human mythology focused on terrifying monsters lurking in the dark to keep us alert. Today, we capture human attention by deliberately triggering the overwhelming urge to save something that is incredibly helpless. In the digital economy, storytelling functions as an engineered commodity. Content creators manufacture specific narrative inputs to harvest a precise emotional response. This diagram shows how the narrative trope operates as an economic moat. A familiar storytelling device bypasses complex processing in the frontal lobe, striking directly at the emotional center of the brain. The dog trope has moved beyond its origins in organic folklore into an industrialized system calibrated to monetize our attention. Predictability provides a high level of security for content creators. When an audience recognizes a narrative shortcut, the emotional return on investment becomes a near certainty. Across every media format, the DOP trope remains the most reliable asset for generating audience engagement. The mechanism relies on innate human protective instincts. By forcing instant empathy, the narrative removes the need for complex character development or patient world-building. Analyzing this specific storytelling device reveals the mathematical formula used to steer our daily online behavior. Long before corporate server farms, storytelling devices emerged naturally from human culture to explain the unknown. English folklore describes a spectral black dog known as Black Shuck. This was an organic trope used to enforce social compliance and morality through fear. These legends were tied to environmental friction points. Travelers reported encounters with the black dog at crossroads, ancient pathways, and execution sites across the countryside. While these localized narratives were effective within their communities, they were bound by word of mouth, making them difficult to scale across larger populations. This organic folklore established the psychological foundation for modern attention harvesting, though it lacked today's technical precision. Modern content farms remove organic friction to engineer a scalable viral product. This schematic shows the AI blueprint for puppy rescue stories, requiring 3 stories with concise scene lines. It dictates mandatory visual parameters, like film-grade lighting, to trigger cinematic emotional responses. The requirement that the puppy must appear in every scene ensures 0 drops in engagement. This automated process guarantees a high emotional yield without requiring a single drop of human creativity. In a state of total market capture, an engineered trope begins to outperform actual human talent. The 2025 horror film Good Boy premiered at SXS West. It grossed over $8 million on a budget of just $70,000. The film's star is Indy, a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever. His performance is the most successful realization of the dog trope in modern cinema. Indy's portrayal was so effective that he defeated top-tier human actors for prestigious mainstream acting awards. Veteran performers like Ethan Hawke and Sally Hawkins lost these awards to an animal, relying on innate, trope-driven empathy. The successful execution of an animal narrative has become a more bulletproof media asset than the complexity of a human performance. Beyond entertainment, these optimized psychological shortcuts pose a risk to public discourse. Research in natural language processing indicates that these narrative devices are deployed online to bypass critical thinking. The defend the weak trope functions by framing complex issues as absolute moral imperatives, forcing a predictable, compliant response. Deceptive narratives use this mechanism to manufacture unearned skepticism. Tropes like hidden motives and scapegoating are present in anti-vaccine discourse to steer public opinion. From this perspective, optimized tropes function as cognitive malware, programming the public to believe and share deceptive information. Conversely, the market suggests these narrative products deliver exactly what consumers demand. These stories provide high-efficiency emotional catharsis. Themes of healing, bravery, and reunion are delivered without intellectual friction. The algorithmic puppy story offers a frictionless experience that human reality, in all its mess and ambiguity, cannot match. The strongest business moats are built upon the simple concepts the human brain is biologically hardwired to trust. This leaves us to decide if automated storytelling represents the perfection of the craft or the death of human art. The modern storytelling machine relies on the industrialized optimization of our own empathy.